Hello Beach and Birch class, welcome to our first math session online. Today our focus will be finding fractions of amounts, particularly fractions of numbers. But first of all, we've got our maths meeting. I know we haven't done one of these for a while, but you'll be brilliant. So the first question, 100 minus 42. You could put this in column addition or you can count on from 42 to 100. Next question, 5 squared. Don't forget that the small superscript 2 means that you'd multiply 5 by itself twice. That's 5 times 5. The next subtraction, use your column subtraction method for that. The next addition, try using column addition. Don't forget to line up your decimal points correctly and remember your decimal point in your answer. And finally, a multiplication. Remember to use your column multiplication for that. I'm going to pause the video just for a moment for you to be able to work those out. Okay, you should have paused by now, worked them out, and the answers are coming in 3, 2, 1. Quick check them off, see how you did. If you made a mistake, perhaps have a look on Education City for some more practice questions just like the ones you've been doing. Okay, today's lesson then, finding fractions of numbers. On page 15 of your Mathletics booklet, you have a very similar problem to this. I've used 24 Easter eggs hidden in a garden. Yours is 72 chocolates for tidying your bedroom properly. So let's read our problem first. The Easter rabbit hid 24 Easter eggs in the garden for you and some friends to find. Follow the instructions to find out how many of each you discover. So here's my Easter eggs. You can see they are perfect looking Easter eggs. Not quite sure what my computer's done to them, but they are still better than the drawings on my board. So I've started, like I said, first of all by drawing out those 24 Easter eggs that the Easter rabbit has hidden for us, and then I can follow the instructions on each page or each part of the question to find out how many we each find. So first of all, your friend Sarah finds a quarter of the eggs. I've drawn here what a quarter looks like so that we remember that a quarter is 1 part of 4. Now if we look at our eggs, we want 1 part of 4. To find that, we can have the whole 24 eggs and divide them into 4 equal pieces. If you look, 4 is the denominator. Drawn it out. That's 24 eggs shared between 4. It's a quarter. So in 1 quarter, I can find 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that means that Sarah finds 6 eggs. In our next part, your friend Claire finds 1/12 of the eggs. She doesn't seem quite so good at finding Easter eggs. Again, I've drawn out what 1/12 looks like. It is 1 part of 12. So if we've got 24 eggs, and they're shared equally into 12 parts, what would 1 part of that be? Again, we can use the denominator to find out what we need to divide by. We do 24 divided by 12. 24 divided by 12, get 2 eggs each. You can see there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 sections. Each of them have 2 eggs in them, so 1/12 of 24 is 2. Claire, she finds 2 eggs. In the next part of the question, your friend Doug finds 2/6 of the egg. Now, it's a little bit different. You can see when we've drawn it out here that we've still got 6 equal parts. So we can still divide by the denominator. But then we need to look at needing 2 parts of the 6. So if I divide them up, I can see that 24 divided by 6 is 4. However, I want 2 parts. So if I count how many eggs there are in 2 parts of 6, I will see that Doug finds 8 eggs. So 1/6 is 4, 2/6 are 8. The last part of the question, you find the rest. How many do you find? Well, let's think about it. There were 24 eggs in the beginning. 6 were found by Sarah, 2 were found by Claire, and 8 were found by Doug. You have the rest. So to find this out, we can do a simple subtraction. Now I've drawn the subtraction out as well as completed subtraction. You can see that if I take away 6 eggs found by Sarah, the 2 eggs found by Claire, the 8 eggs found by Doug, I'm left with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 eggs, which means that I get 8 eggs. So what is your share expressed as a fraction? Well, there's 8 eggs. We found 8 eggs. Originally there were 24 eggs. So really, if you think about it, we found 8 out of the 24 eggs. You can see, there's a little hint here, that I put an equal sign there because I can simplify it. I can find something that 8 goes into and 24 goes into. A common factor of 8 and 24. Well, I know both 8 and 24 can be divided by 4. 8 divided by 4 is 2. 24 divided by 4 is 6, which gives us a simplified fraction of 2/6. You might also notice that we found 8, the same as Doug, and his fraction share was 2/6. That kind of makes sense. Write an addition sentence to show how the chocolates were shared. We've already written a subtraction sentence in the slide before. This time we want an addition sentence. So if we think about it, 6 were found by Sarah, then 2 were found by Claire, then 8 were found by Doug, then 8 were found by ourselves, equaling 24. That sounds a little bit complicated, but actually, if you think logically, we're just looking at what we've found to equal the full 24 eggs. Probably want to do that if you've got an Easter egg hunt to make sure you've found all of the eggs. The last part, now write a fraction and addition sentence to show how the eggs were shared. Now that's our normal addition sentence. In your booklets you'd notice that it gives you some fractions as well. And it gives us them in 24ths. So we think about it, Sarah's share was 6 out of the 24. Claire's share was the 2 out of 24. Doug's share was 8 out of 24. Our share was 8 out of 24. And that would equal a full 24 out of 24. 24 24ths would be 1 whole. Looks complicated, but if you think again logically, it does work. So that's my example of the problem. Your example on page 15 in the Mathletics book, you need to represent 72 chocolates. Now I've drawn out the chocolates here for you. You might want to find some counters or some beads or some grains of rice so that you can share yours out when you're dividing. Or you might want to draw yours out in an array like I have. If you look at my array, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've purposely laid it out in that way because it will help with some of these problems. When you're finding a quarter, you can divide them into a quarter. When you're finding twelfths, you can think about how many twelfths. When you're finding sixths, you can think about how many sixths that you find. So before you start yours, you might want to draw out or collect some items to make your 72 chocolates. Look forward to seeing them uploaded, pictures of them, or written out on your Class Dojo page, or at least when you come back to school seeing your books completed. Good luck, and I'll be back on Friday for Friday's lesson.